Next, we're just going to make this a bit more interesting, and we're going to add a ramp for our ball to roll down. So if you think about a ramp, I don't need to push it or knock it over or have it fall down. It just needs to be absolutely still, so it can be a static body, just like the ground is. I'm going to click on my main scene and add a static body. Click Create, and let's rename this static body Ramp. And just like I've done for all the other things in my game, I'm going to add a mesh. So I'll click plus again, click on Mesh, click Create. And for this mesh, I think I'm going to use a prism. It's not a perfect ramp, but it's the closest thing we've got to a ramp out of those options. So let's add prism and drag it up a little bit so I can see the prism on the screen. Maybe I should transform that nice and neatly, 0.5, so that it's entirely above the ground. And then I don't want it to just be 1 meter, because that's a very steep ramp for a ball. So I might change the the X coordinate. That's the one going along the red line. You can see there X is red. I'm going to change the X coordinate. Let's try 10 meters. What's that look like? That looks like an okay ramp. Maybe I want it to be a bit wider as well. Let's try maybe 5 meters for the width. Oh, there we go. Big ramp for the ball to roll down. I'm going to move it a bit by dragging the red arrow key to move it along the Z-axis, because we don't want the ball to land right in the middle. Let's have the ball landing somewhere on the ramp. And I'm going to click the camera so I can see what this looks like in the camera mode. It looks okay. Drag the camera back a bit. It looks fine. Maybe you want to color in the ramp as well. You can add a material, just like we've done for everything else. So click on the mesh, click material, and add a new material. Let's just give it a bit of color. Maybe make it blue, because we've used every other color. Sort of a blue ramp. There we go. So obviously we haven't added a collision shape yet, and just to prove to you that we really do need to add collision shapes, I'm going to click play, and you'll see the ball just bounces straight through the ramp. It doesn't collide with it at all. But once we add a collision shape, then it's going to roll down the ramp instead. So I'm going to show you a trick now, because every other time we've created an object, we've had to create a mesh, and then we've had to create an identical collision shape. But there's a shortcut. If you've done the mesh first, then I can click this button in the toolbar up here. I can click the mesh button, and you'll see it's given me the option to create a collision shape. So if I've got a big complicated mesh like this one, and I don't want to go through the effort of making a collision shape that perfectly matches it, I can just click create collision shape. It gives me some options, but I don't need to change them. Click create, and it's created the collision shape for me, and it's exactly the same shape as the mesh. So hopefully some of you will be a bit happy with that. It'll save some time. We don't have to do all this double work creating a mesh and a collision shape. Once we've got the mesh, we've actually got the option to create that collision shape. And just like I've done with everything else, let's now group the ramp together. Click on ramp, click group, so that we can move it all at once. Play the game again, and you should see the ball roll down the ramp, unless it's a bit too bouncy. Let's check that out. Okay, it kind of bounces down the ramp, but you can see definitely rolled there. Maybe I'll go back to the physics and turn down the physics just a little bit less bounce. It's okay to bounce a little bit off the ramp, and then we're going to roll down the ramp. In fact, if we've completely turned off bounce, it looks really weird. It'll just jarringly connect to the ramp and never bounce up. So you probably do still want at least some bounce, even when you're doing other things with the ball. Just a slightly bouncy ball, and then it rolls down our ramp. And that's the end of this video.